The iPhone 18 Pro Max has 6 significant leaks that render the iPhone 17 outdated, the best upgrade. Fast edits of sleek concept renders showcase the iPhone 18 Pro Max, highlighting a smaller dynamic island and a translucent back. The accompanying music is upbeat and lively. If you've recently acquired the remarkable iPhone 17 Pro Max, you might already feel somewhat behind the times. So hold on to those ceramic shields. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone Air models have only just been released, yet leaks about the iPhone 18 Pro and 18 Pro Max are emerging rapidly. These leaks suggest an update so substantial that it could represent Apple's most significant change in years. We are referring to 6 potential major upgrades that could redefine what a flagship iPhone can accomplish for the 18 Pro models. The phone is expected to feature a new camera that resembles a genuine DSLR, a chip crafted with cutting-edge 2nm technology, and even a design alteration that allows visibility into the phone's inner workings. So, should you wait just one more year to secure the iPhone 18 Pro or 18 Pro Max, or is your iPhone 17 still adequate? Stay tuned, as today we will discuss the 6 major leaks that make the iPhone 18 generation unstoppable. I can already anticipate some of your comments. Why are we discussing the iPhone 18 when the iPhone 17 has just launched? That is a valid question. However, the reality of Apple's operations is that they maintain a continuous pipeline of new products and are consistently working on future generations. Consider Apple's history of innovation. Around 2004, the company was already developing the iPad, even before the original iPhone was released. They put the iPad project on hold, introduced the iPhone, and later launched the iPad a couple of years afterwards. More recently, examine the Vision Pro. Tim Cook has stated that the company has been working on it for almost a decade. Apple does not simply release an iPhone, return to the drawing board, and commence the next iteration. They are constantly exploring future generations years in advance. This is why we are already seeing these detailed leaks today. With that in mind, let us delve into the 6 likely significant changes coming to the iPhone 18 Pro and 18 Pro Max. The first alteration we've heard about has all to do with the dynamic island. Reports claim that the dynamic island could be made substantially smaller this time around. Leaks show it might diminish to nearly a third of its size in all diameters. The fundamental reason for this decrease is the advancement of the Face ID technology. Apple is reported to be switching to the 3rd generation of Face ID hardware. Remember how we moved from the notch to the dynamic island? Now, we're likely receiving another generation where the sensors are made even smaller due to technological advancement. The fantastic news for users is that if you are consuming information, you won't have that enormous island sitting at the top of your screen. It means noticeably more usable screen area. It's also rumored that the excellent 18-megapixel sensor that was introduced on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which lets you shoot in portrait or landscape, will also be carried over. However, if you are hanging out for real under-display Face ID or a completely undetectable selfie camera, the sources suggest you might have to wait another generation or 2, as such technology may not be ready for mass production yet. Moving on to the second key design change, we need to talk about the MagSafe region on the back of the phone. The present design employs a glass ceramic shield with 2 glass. This glass architecture is important largely for features like MagSafe. But here's the rumor that gives the iPhone 18 a truly different look. Apple might make that rear glass slightly translucent this time. This is evocative of the classic iMac G3 vibe, but the sources claim it will be much more subtle, just allowing you a faint glance into the internals behind frosted glass. While you'll presumably still get the main color of the phone, you might be able to see the inner workings of your iPhone, including items like the MagSafe coil. This might be a fairly great visual adjustment and might help you identify your phone instantly compared to the iPhone 17 variants. If you've been hoping for a more see-through, unique design, waiting for the 18 Pro or Pro Max might be worth it. The third upgrade is a modest design modification linked to the physical controls. This is all about the camera control button that was initially introduced with the iPhone 16 generation. Leaks indicate that Apple is looking to modify how this button functions. They are apparently aiming to upgrade this button to make it nicer and more helpful for pro photography users. While the rumors haven't revealed exactly what these improvements would involve, the implication is clear. Apple is changing this button to let professional customers take better control of their photographs. Now let's talk cameras, because this is the one I am personally most enthusiastic for. The main Fusion camera, the 48 megapixel sensor, is getting a big update. We are talking about the introduction of an actual variable aperture. This is not a digital variable aperture, which kind of exists already, but physical one. If you are into photography, you know the importance of aperture. It refers to the ability to screen away light or let more light in a DSLR. I talked about earlier is a variable aperture sensor that can physically close and open the shutter to allow more light in when you are in a dark scenario. This ensures the picture is properly exposed and gives superior light control. Conversely, it closes up more if you are in exceptionally bright surroundings, as outside on a sunny day or under high artificial light. This skill will substantially help image quality. Combined with the reported update to the camera control button, you could potentially have the option to manually set the variable aperture. This implies you could create that professional, differentiated DSLR look directly with your iPhone, incorporated into the sensor, not just done digitally. It also looks like Apple is working with Samsung to get this advanced mechanism implemented. Beyond the variable aperture, leaks also indicate a stacked sensor design for faster readout, higher high dynamic range, and clearer photos, along with superior computational photography. The fifth important update is the motor driving the phone, the A20 Pro chip. While the A20 Pro was always a guarantee for the following generation, the significant difference this time is that it would be constructed using 2nm technology. The switch to a 2nm process implies the chip is going to be even more efficient than its predecessors. This is fantastic news for anyone still moaning about battery life, especially on newer versions like the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This huge stride in efficiency will assist in boosting battery life and ensure another evolutionary step forward in actual speed. It will be Apple's most efficient and powerful processor yet. One technical element to note is that going to 2nm might occasionally make the chip operate a little hotter than a 3nm processor. However, recall that the vapor chamber was just introduced in the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. Sources believe this existing cooling technology is sure to assist in managing the heat created by the strong 2nm A20 Pro CPU. Finally, the sixth big change, which again helps with battery life, the shift to Apple's own modem. It looks like Apple could incorporate the C2 or C2X chip within their Pro phones. Currently, devices like the iPhone 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and the basic iPhone 17 still employ a Qualcomm chip to connect you to cellular services like 4G and 5G. While the iPhone Air and iPhone 16 introduced the C1 and C1X chips, the next iteration is expected to be the C2 or C2X. Moving on from the 6 Pro enhancements, leaks are starting to offer a detailed image of the entire iPhone 18 lineup. Plus, we have some interesting reports concerning the launch schedule and perhaps a foldable iPhone. First, let's address a shift in strategy. One fairly convincing rumor implies Apple might rethink its launch approach. While the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are still likely to debut in the traditional September slot, the standard iPhone 18 and the iPhone Air could be delayed until spring 2027. Analysts think this peculiar decision would allow Apple to lengthen its release cycle and shift more attention toward the Pro series, which is where the great majority of the innovation is happening. Let's start with the regular iPhone 18. This variant is rumored to arrive with a 6.3-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. Running at 120 Hz, it will be covered by Ceramic Shield 3, Apple's next-generation reinforced glass. The resolution is supposed to be 2622 to 1206 pixels, which gives you around 460 pixels per inch, 460 ppi. Naturally, we may expect increased peak brightness and improved HDR performance compared to this year's model. The bezels are also reported to reduce slightly, making the tablet seem a bit more compact. Over on the rear, the Pro steps up with the triple camera system. This includes the 48MP main sensor with the variable aperture we discussed, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and a new 64 megapixels periscope lens delivering 5x to 10x optical zoom. Importantly, all three cameras are said to feature the stacked sensor system for faster readout and enhanced color depth. So there you have it. The iPhone 18 lineup is shaping up to be one of the most talked about iPhone versions in years. Whether Apple chooses to implement all these capabilities and genuinely go that far, or whether they play it a bit safer this generation, the leaks suggest big steps are being taken. As we approach closer to the debut date, more and more exact information will come in, and as soon as anything new drops, I'll be publishing it immediately. So please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We spoke about 6 significant reasons why you might want to wait out the year for the iPhone 18 Pro or Pro Max. If you could only choose one of the rumored upgrades, the variable aperture camera, the 2nm CPU, or the smaller dynamic island, which one is the absolute deal breaker that convinces you to skip the iPhone 17 and wait for the iPhone 18? So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.